Hello, stationery friends. I have something that I just got in mail. I'm very excited about it. So I'm in California, and one of our local stores is this beautiful place that I'm hoping to visit next year. Is called Pleasure of Writing, and they are in Carmel by the Sea, which is a beautiful historic place. If you ever get to go to California, worth visiting. I'm going next year as well, and I'm hoping to go into the store itself. So this wonderful store was the one that had the new duo of Montblanc inks available for purchase, and I'm extremely excited because this is a special one. They are official distributor for Montblanc, and just very excited that I was able to get my hands on them. So let's open, see what is it. As you might have guessed, it is Olympic related. So that's one of the Montblanc Heritage series. And this year, it's very special for them because it's also 100 years of Meisterstück series pen that they have. Very well beloved by everyone and known worldwide. So I feel like when Olympics were announced in Paris, that kind of possibly rang the bells for Montblanc as well, and I'll explain why. So let's take a look at these beautiful bottles. So this one is blue, as you can tell, and this one is depicting the rowing sports that was particularly famous in 1924, from what I understand, during Olympics. And the second one depicts a boat. And so the boat is also central to the flag or the coat of arms of Paris. So together, this is how they look. And they're very sport themed. And so what it's supposed to represent as well, so the red color, and you can see this is dark blue, and I'm expecting this to be a blue ink as well. So red and blue are essential colors to Paris, the flag of Paris, and then the flag of Paris, if you add one more color, which is white, gives you the flag of France, which is wonderful and exciting too. And the play of theme and words and colors, and it's just all very delightful. So let's see what we have here. All right, beautiful red and blue. Very nice. So let's see them together. Beautiful blue and beautiful red. All right. So let's see how they look. I have my handmade paper right here. So I'm gonna do a little bit of swatching first. And I'm gonna be using my 1930s dip pen that I love. Very pretty. And I'm also gonna be using this brush. just to give us a little bit of a more of a perspective. All right. Always to use a napkin, just in case. Yep. Have a bit of a struggle opening this, but here we go. Beautiful blue. First, let's do the brush. Beautiful. Now, let's dip the pen in. Oop. Oops. Montblanc. My apologies, I'm not a calligrapher, but I work with what I have. It's a very lovely blue. Reminds me of just the color of waters, which I think probably was exactly what they were going for here. So I'm using just the handmade paper. This particular one was made in Montreal, the small studio there, and it's handmade paper. And so I will also be able to swatch the same ink. We're going to go look at it a little later, but I'm also going to swatch it right here in the Montblanc Heritage. Just I thought that was very on point, although I don't have the beautiful book they came up with, but I have this one, so I'm going to do a bit of a swatching on their own paper here. And the big treat for me is I'm able to ink one of my vintage Montblanc pens, which I've been looking forward to. It's a 1980s pen. And I've been looking forward to putting some ink in there. It's always been washed, cleaned. Now we're gonna fill it up and see how it writes. All right. Here we go. This is Montblanc paper. Blanc. Beautiful blue. I am happy with it. Let's see how it lays on the paper. I would say it's a bit of a smoky blue to my eye right here. Let's see how it looks on our swatch paper. It's still drying, but in the places where it has dried, you can see it's a bit of a smoky blue. beautiful smoky blue, very legible and workable with. Gonna put this one away. So next up is our red. So I also wanted to give you a bit of a background here when it comes to just general 1924 Olympics. You might be wondering why they've decided to go with this theme, and that's what I was wondering as well. So it turns out Olympics this year, so in 1924 was the last time Paris was hosting Olympics, Summer Olympic Games. And so 1924 is a very historic and important year for Olympics as such. But as I mentioned before, it's also important on a different level for Montblanc as well. This is when they introduced Meisterstück series. And that's also when Olympics happened not only in the summer, but also earlier in 1924. They had them in the winter. So although the blue and the red used for inks and just in general series here in Montblanc, I think it's possible the blue could also represent kind of two Olympic Games. So the red for the summer and the blue for the winter. Don't quote me on it, but that was kind of my overall impression that it could also be symbolically applied in that way too. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was also why 1924 Olympics in Paris was kind of notable. There were a lot of female athletes that took part in it, so they were able to show off themselves, and it was just a very good year for women in that sense in sports. Also, fun fact, US won the most medals that year in Olympics, Summer Olympics, and Finland came in second with France third. So that was interesting to learn as well. So let's see how this wonderful red looks like. Yep, again, a slight tough to open ink well, but here we go. I much rather have that beautiful red, that ink splashing all over and spilling out, so not complaining. All right, now let's see. Swatching paper is right here. The blue has dried now. Very pretty. So let's see for the red now. Okay. Pretty, pretty red. I'd call it a very much a red. So I would say a little more of a teacher's red, if one can say so. And a little less of a Bordeaux from what I can see so far. Let's use the brush and see how it lays down. There we go. Here we go. Yeah. We'll definitely see how it dries, but so far I definitely see a bit of a rusty undertone there, which is exciting for me to see, but might not be what you're looking for. Really depends. I do think it's a very beautiful red. It does not look quite as any other red I have from them, but then again, I don't have their full collection. So please let me know if there's something that looks very much like it. So far, I'm very happy with it. So I have another vintage pen to fill right here. I'm excited about it. Got it secondhand as well. Very beautiful. This is from 2000s, so early 2000s. This is a beautiful Bordeaux colorway that they used to have with Montblanc, but they did discontinue it. From what I understand, it was a little bit more brittle than their standard black resin. So I don't know if it's completely true, but that's what I have heard. So let's see. Once again, I always have a handy napkin right here, just in case. There we go. Let's see how it compares. Once again, it's a Montblanc paper I'm using here. And so, ooh, that's slightly different than I thought it would be. Montblanc with a C. Olympic. Yeah, can't write today. Olympic red. You know, I'm just like very much taken by it right now. And I'm not sure if it's like in the best way. I just don't really think this is the best pen for this thing. So this is fine. And I think it's a slightly too fine for this one. So, you know what? I think I'm going to be putting it in my broad nib instead. So let's take a look at how it dried. It dried really nicely. I think those are beautiful, beautiful colors. And so I'm going to try and write on here. Yeah, I don't quite like it with a fine nib. It's a beautiful color. It's a stunning color. Both of them are, but I would use a broad here. So good nib, good pen, good ink, but the combination sometimes, you know, can be good pen, good ink, just doesn't go together. So I'm just gonna try a different pen with it, but nevertheless, I'm very excited. Here we go. Thank you for watching, guys.